Hi dear friends, today we will speak about sugar. I've given up sugar for 14 days and how do you think what was happened? I've noticed that many people try to reduce their sugar intake. This can be seen in cafes when people order tea or coffee but do not add sugar to their drinks. I decided to experiment for myself, exacting 14 days without sugar and any other sweets. I knew it wouldn't be easy for me, so I decided to look for information on the internet. I was shocked by what I came across. Therefore, I also decided to share my observation of my changes in my body. This is my report. To my surprise, the first 3 days without sugar were not difficult for me. Moreover, since I read a lot about this topic, I was stimulated to abstain from sweets. But on the fourth day, I really wanted something sweet. Following online advice, I immediately ran to the store for dry fruits, which are a great substitute for harmful sweets. Then I noticed something even more important for me. The belt on my trousers became too big for me. It was only slightly, but still. I immediately stepped on the scale, now weighing near 1 kilogram less than before. And this is only the fourth day. I continued to drink coffee and tea without sugar, reminiscing about the wonderful sweet taste of these drinks and other sweets. Nonetheless, the change in my weight and a newfound state of increased energy made me want to continue my journey. Next, I found the movie titled Sugar on the internet and watched it twice. On day 10, I asked myself, do I want sweet coffee? I think not. I tested an anti-experiment and added some sugar to my coffee, as I used to in the past. I took a small sip. The coffee tasted overly sweet to me, although the proportions were as before. I stopped right there and I didn't drink the sweet coffee. Instead, I went to weigh myself, nearly 2 kilograms less. It should be noted that I ate as usual, only the drinks were without sugar. And I was without sweets, buns, cakes, and all those delicious things that are in abundance in all famous cafes. I also noticed that after drinking sugarless coffee, I don't feel like eating for quite a long time. Day 14, I can't say exactly that I felt internal changes in the body, but the external changes did not pass me by. I noticed that I began to eat less. I stopped getting annoyed over trifles. The feeling of fatigue and sleepiness during the day disappeared, and I began to enjoy the taste of coffee and tea without sugar day by day. I stopped consuming sweet drinks in the form of juices in general. What about my waist? It decreased by 3 centimeters. What about my weight? Reduced by 2.5 kilograms. If things continue by this, then by summer it will be possible to wear a mini bikini to the beach. Also, the truth is, I haven't given up sweets forever. Every once in a while I need a slice of cake or pie. Prohibitions are usually seductive. When we can't have it, that's when we want it most. To further encourage you to limit or stop consuming sugar altogether, I will now briefly tell you what I learned, the good and bad about sugar. I entrust further information to my bot.
Hello friends. So, I always like to get to the root of things, So I started researching the history of sugar. According to Wikipedia, sugar's history takes us to Southeast Asia around 4000 BC. First, it was the extraction of sugarcane juice from the sugarcane and then the domestication of the plant. In the early period of AD, Indian manufacturers started creating sugarcane granules, which then they refined crystal granules. During medieval times, cane sugar manufacturing and cultivation spread to many regions worldwide. It was during the 16th and 17th centuries when cane sugar production spread to the tropical Americas and West Indies. Lastly, during the 19th and 20th centuries, sugar producers started working on beet sugar and high fructose syrup. Of course, nowadays we can find sugar in a large variety of foods, drinks, and so on. The reason is simple. It adds a much better taste. It can also hide some of the not so tasty ingredients in a food or drink. The risks and benefits of sugar. While sugar has a bad reputation in many cases, it also has its fair share of benefits. For example, sugar can be a natural mood booster. Not to mention it can deliver an instant energy boost as it is easily converted into glucose, which is used as fuel for the body. Taste and flavor. Sugar can enhance the richness of some food and drinks, making them more appealing and enjoyable. Preservation. Sugar can also be used as a preservative to extend the shelf life of certain foods, such as jams and jellies. What are the downsides when it comes to eating sugar? First of all, eating too much sugar can lead to weight gain. Secondly, it will lead to type 2 diabetes and heart disease. Many times, intense sugar consumption leads to depression, skin and cellular aging, a fatty liver, and even acne in some cases. Sugar can actively drain your energy as well, even if it delivers a minor boost in the beginning. Can you age due to sugar? Sugar reacts with protein, and it will generate various advanced glycation end products. What this means is that those substances will end up making your skin wrinkle more rapidly, and the cell structures will harden as well. The more sugar you eat, the more end products like that you will have in your body. I learned about this during my sugar fast, and it changed my perspective on dealing with sugar and the major downsides that can occur if you consume too much. Sugar and heart. If you eat too much sugar, it can lead to obesity, type 2 diabetes, and high blood pressure. These are all risk factors for heart disease. Let's say you ate too many sweets and drank a sugary drink. This will cause a rapid boost in blood sugar levels. Your body releases insulin immediately to lower your blood sugar. If you consistently consume too much sugar, then over time your body can become less sensitive to insulin, leading to insulin resistance and eventually type 2 diabetes. Here's one more medical explanation for the harm of consuming too much sugar: an increase in triglycerides, a type of fat found in the blood. High triglyceride levels can increase your risk of developing heart disease. To reduce your risk of heart disease, it's important to limit your sugar intake, especially from sugary drinks and processed foods. The American Heart Association recommends limiting added sugar to no more than 6 teaspoons, 24 grams, per day for women and 9 teaspoons, 36 grams, per day for men. Is it necessary to give up sweets forever? Based on my experience after giving up sugar for 2 weeks, I can say that it's possible. Some people will even create new habits and swap out sugar and sweets with natural alternatives. Yes, it will be very difficult to ditch sugar completely, so very few people can do it. Yet in the end, it's possible. It just requires a lot of attention, preparation, and will. You can try to find alternatives. For example, honey instead of sugar is a much healthier option. The same thing can be said when it comes to eating fruit instead of sugar. You need to be open to finding natural alternatives and ways to replace sugar. Thankfully, there are many of them. Conclusion. Many of us fell into the sugar trap and we are constantly dealing with cravings, requiring more and more sugar in our bodies. I can tell you that after giving up on sugar for 2 weeks, I feel much better, full of energy, and I also have a much improved mood. There are plenty of sugar alternatives out there. No one is forcing you to stick with sugar, especially since it causes so much harm to your body. Try it for yourself. Eliminate sugar from your life for a couple of weeks and you will see how much better you will feel, both from a physical and mental standpoint. Don't forget to watch the movie, Sugar. Let's be healthy and happy.
Dear friends, I wish you to be healthy and happy too. If you like our video, put your finger up, write comments and subscribe to our channel. Good luck!